even though our time on this planet is so short, we can have a lasting impact through whatever we create and however we inspire other people to continue a legacy down the road.
If individually and collectively we act like long-term thinkers, as if we wanted to be regarded as a better ancestor, a really great ancestor, then we will find the answers together. My name's Warren Begley. I'm older than most people that I share the planet with today. I've had a really lucky life. Lucky because I've had the time to learn about things and to ponder things, to think about things. Better Ancestors is our little fledgling organisation, a group of people with a shared idea and shared ambition. That name derives from this book, really, which is titled The Good Ancestor. And The Good Ancestor is talking about the concept of thinking long-term, thinking beyond the lifespan of a human being. If we were to think and act with long-termism, then we might well be regarded in the future by people looking back as having been good ancestors.
We have this chronic issue in our society of shortening time and really only thinking about the moment or the day. And a lot of ancient cultures especially really thought about sometimes 7 generations into the future, or variations of that, really thinking about what they're doing now and how that affects people in the future, their own ancestors, and really anyone in the future who's hoping to live healthy, sustainable lives. I'm Ian Spillman. I was the director of photography and editor for the Changemakers series, which was a production of Better Ancestors.
Off we went with this idea of Better Ancestors. We framed up a mission for ourselves to go out and meet people who were thinking that way, who were thinking long term.
We decided to travel the country in our van and make 50 short documentaries weekly, so 1 per week. So we set out with episode number 1, filming with Hugh Wilson at Hinawai Reserve. And really what we found from that very first episode is as soon as you kind of zero in on one person, they're always connected to this network of other people working in sustainability. And it was just amazing. Every single episode we filmed, we got 3 or 5 more suggestions for more episodes to film. The way that it branched out like that and grew was really amazing and inspiring. For each episode, we'd shoot with each one of our subjects over the course of a day, and then it was into the post-production editing lab, being my kitchen or somewhere on the road between shoots, where I would take over and work as much magic as I could on a very quick time schedule to try to tell the beautiful stories that these people had to tell. It was pretty much myself, my partner Emma, and Warren, but each one of us had to fill a lot of roles and put on a lot of different hats, switching off directing, inputting creative aspects. They're huge time commitments, but in the end I think it was all really, really worth it.
When you look for change makers, when you open your eyes looking for the people that are changing the way we think and changing the way we act, they're all around us. The change makers are ordinary people, but what makes them different? They're ordinary people, and the extraordinary thing that they're doing is that they have decoupled from the ordinary. So they are often people doing very humble things very, very well. Because their actions are built on a foundation of legacy and long-term thinking, the result is something extraordinary.
There were a couple of things that over the course of the year were really significant. We talked with some farmers and some people in the agricultural industry who are really re-envisioning the way we can all, even on a large industrial global scale, produce our own food. The way industrial agriculture operates at the moment is not sustainable. Really, the only solution is to, on a very large scale, switch to regenerative agriculture. And it was so amazing to talk to some of the people that are doing that firsthand. Another really common recurring theme was the degradation of marine environments. New Zealand obviously has so much coastline to look after and protect, and right now a lot of it is not being looked after properly. One thing that we found is really important is educating younger kids. If you're teaching these important sustainability principles from a very young age, I think we've seen that it has a huge impact on kids. It really helps them see the world in a different way, and it helps them grow up to be powerful change makers. And that's exactly what we're trying to achieve with this series. So many of these issues can be really overwhelming and create a lot of stress and feel unsolvable, really, but all we can really do moving forward is try to solve them collectively together and share knowledge with each other and do our best to not lose hope. I think personally creating this series and talking to each one of these people over the course of 2021 and seeing them work hands-on on whatever subject or topic or crazy overwhelming issue that they've tackled is fearlessly and courageously should be really inspirational, and it has been for me.
I don't have the answers, but I have a sense now after a year with Better Ancestors as to how we might arrive at the answers, and that is simply that if individually and collectively we look, listen, learn, think and act like long-term thinkers, like legacy is important, that we want to leave the world a better place. If we do those things as a good ancestor, as if we wanted to be regarded as a really great ancestor, then we will find the answers together.
Going forward, all we can do is try to live in their footsteps and learn from their mistakes and their accomplishments and not lose hope, because there's so much hope. If they can do it, why can't we?